him. Isn't that right?
Amen. My Lord. My Lord.
Amen. Don't forget about heaven now, right? Heaven. Oh, heaven. Not Grand Cayman, not Australia, but thank God, heaven. French Riviera, that's what I'm about. Heaven.
Amen.
I'm about Hawaii, that's good, but heaven, thank the Lord. How about Spain? Beautiful Spain. No. Heaven, thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
Heaven. Everybody praising God right now. Amen. Your friends are there, your mom is there. Your great-grandmother is there. Amen. You got Paul walking around there with a big smile on his face. You got Elijah there. My. How do you feel when you walk down fire from heaven? Amen. I say, Moses, well, how did you feel when you saw the Red Sea overlooked?
My God. My God.
He said, man. I said, Apostle Paul, you were stoned to death? He said, man, I died. I was in there dead. You know what happened? He said, I got recharged. Praise the Lord.
My Lord.
Same place the next day.
Thank God.
I say, so Peter, you actually walked the water? They say, Moon, look, all I know, I took the first step, the rest was easy. Praise the Lord.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
And then we'll see Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh, Father.
I probably won't say anything. I want to be quiet because I won't know what to say.
Thank you.
But after a while, I'm going to ask you, why did you save me?
My God.
Amen.
That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering why would you?
Yes.
Of all the people.
My God.
Yes,
Lord.
And he probably wouldn't say anything, and I understand. Because the Bible says, for God, what? So loved the world.
My Lord.
That's why he did it. Well, he didn't have to do it. You know that.
Thank God.
Or coerced him. No. And he would have said, the hell still been right doing that.
My Lord.
Because I deserved it, and you did too. Come on now.
Amen.
He didn't have to do it.
Thank God.
But I thank God.
Amen. Thank God you did.
I'm at your pulpit. I thank God he did.
Amen. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Thank God.
Grandmother there. I see Brother Cat is still running with that blue thing on when I look at you run fast. Yes. Thank the Lord. I see him again.
Thank you, Jesus.
And no more tears stained eye, right? No more parting hands, right? That's all. And no more sin. Thank the Lord. And no more devil. No more depression. No more down. No more downcast. No more cross. No more blood. The Bible says, full of joy. His right hands are pleasure for what? Evermore. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Because I can't wait. How many want to go tonight?
My soul is saved. I can go right now. My soul is saved.
Now you mean that, right?
Yes, Lord. Help us, Lord. Help us, Lord.
Tonight will be all right, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
You're looking for heaven, right?
My Lord.
You gotta walk back on the hill.
All right, praise the Lord. But you're looking to go to heaven, right?
My soul is
So we can leave tonight, right? That's what we're looking for. And it might be tonight.
Oh, Father, help me.
I said it might be tonight. Would that be all right?
Father.
Yes,
1 Timothy chapter 1.
praise God.
Father, we thank you, Lord God, for this time. You've been so precious to us.
Yes,
Glorify yourself. You're glorified, we're satisfied. So blessed, so blessed. In Christ's name we pray, amen. Want to say something? All right. Thank you. 1 Timothy. In fact, let me switch that. The book of Galatians, please. Galatians, please. Chapter 1. We want to begin in Galatians chapter 1 and verse. Afterwards, I came to the regions of Syria and Sicily, and was unknown by face unto the churches of Judea, which were in Christ.
But they had heard only that he which persecuted us in times past now preacheth the faith which once he destroyed.
Yes.
And they've glorified God in me.
Focus again, please. 23. But they had heard only
that he which persecuted us in times past now preacheth the faith which once he destroyed.
So I thought this morning, a destroyed faith. Thank you, God. The devil is known for throwing low blows.
Yes.
He's known for springing surprise attacks. Known for that. He's known for trying to tempt people to do wrong. He's known to try to draw people away. And that's happening now, isn't it? Amen. It is. Some 2 or 3 at a time. Some whole families. But he's an artist of drawing people not to God, but away from God. And the shocking part is, many don't see it until it's too what?
Oh my God.
Amen, brother. Amen.
So he's trying to draw away people to backslide, but his end result is to try to destroy people's faith. Because without faith is what? Impossible to please God. And without that, they have nothing. In fact, if your faith is destroyed, it's impossible to restore it. And that is his goal to do. But I thank God for Christ. We can defeat him if we are careful and if we are prayerful. So when he's trying to destroy people's faith, to so affect it, well, if they want to get saved, they almost can't, because the faith has been so demolished and so permeated with unbelief that they just can't get past that. There's a friend of mine I knew years ago, and of course, like in churches, things happen, and it went real deep with her. So I talked to her. She's in Carolina now. She said, Moon, it just was too much for me. It was just, the devil used that to what? Destroy her faith. That was the issue. It wasn't the church problem, it was the faith problem. And he went to work to try to dismantle, abuse and misuse her faith. So now she says she can't come back. The reason, the faith had been, and she was a sweet, and still is, so sweet, so nice, amiable, lovely, but still her faith has been demolished through this, that, or the other. And you know, I often think about her. She's about 70 years old now. I remember her as a child being so nice. Took time with us little ones. The devil knew that. He peeped at her doing all she can for God. Situation arose, and while she's looking at that, he's trying to dismantle her faith. If the foundation be destroyed, what? The righteous people. And the faith is our foundation. So you are knowing this, that we have an adversary.
Thank God.
Who is the devil, who walketh about, seeing who he may what? Do what? Devour. We know that. But be careful. 1 Timothy chapter 1. So, brother, well, what can we do? Knowing we have this adversary who's on the loose, who's on the prowl. You know, I was looking at a documentary some time ago. I like studying cultures. Africa, Saudi Arabia, India. And this North African culture, they went out hunting. And they came across some of those wild dogs. They called them, these wild dogs. The dog was so hungry, the dogs attacked the men. So much so, it bit this guy's arm off, man. So ravenous and so tenacious to actually attack men. He was hungry. He was starving. Tore the man's arm off. That's how the devil does. The devil's hungry. You all know that? He's not satisfied with Jim George. He wants some more people to go against God. And where's he searching? In God's church. He's on the prowl, no doubt, right now, trying to find somebody who can devour their faith. But we're going to rebuke him, bind him, send him on his way. Nothing here. Because we know what he's trying to do. We know his desire. I can do all things through Christ. Who does what? So we'll be all right. If we obey God, humbly, we'll be all right. Read on, please.
1 Timothy chapter 1.
Verse 18.
This charge I commit unto thee,
Very good.
son Timothy,
All right.
according to the prophecies which went before on thee,
Yes.
that thou by them mightest war a good warfare,
A good warfare.
holding faith and a good conscience.
Side note. You know how to fight? Can you fight this morning? You know how to
Lord,
fight?
help me.
I'm not talking about no fist fight. That ain't because weapons, that's carnal. I'm talking about that. They rebuke that. That's the devil. I'm talking about spiritual fight. I mean, in a real way. David said that. He said, Lord, now he was a physical man, but it don't work in the spiritual realm. He said, Lord, teach my hands to war. And what else? Things to fight. Because he didn't know. Yes, he killed Goliath, Jebusite, Hittite, but this spiritual battle is going to take God. You understand that? It's going to take God to enlighten us and to guide us and show us what's going on. He said, look, so teach my hands to war and fingers to fight. So we're in a spiritual battle. And it's quite tenacious too. Read on, please.
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare.
Not just a warfare, or what? A good warfare. To come out on top every time. To never, when you know, about a month ago, I was up praying throughout the night. I had a dream, and I began to dissect it. Woke back up, and got to know. Now, when a saint is saved and love God, before he go back on God or sin, he's got to submit his victory on some level. You got to say, I'd rather have that more than my victory. And you got to exchange that to go back on God. So the devil can't handle you. You all know that. He can't handle you. And he knows that. We should too. So to do that, he's got to so tempt me to where I say, okay, I'll give my victory up. I'm going to that so bad. And when you do that, with that exchange, that's it.
My God.
Because he can't take it.
Yes, Lord.
The devil can't take it.
Yes. Thank
he
God.
He can't take it.
Thank God.
He got to give it up. Greater is he that is what? That is what?
In me.
Do you believe that?
Right. Yes, sir.
So you're greater already. So he can't take it.
No, he can't.
If you give it up, he'll take it. So I got to lay down my victory. Lay down my deliverance. Lay down my inspiration to get what I want. And he'll tempt you all day long to get you to exchange the glory. To change the glory. Something else. People do it. But I'm not. How about you?
My God. Yes, sir.
I say, I'm not. How about you?
Yes, sir. Amen.
I'm not. How about you?
Amen.
I'm not going to give in my glory. Too hard to get.
Right.
We prayed all night long. If you save me,
True.
if you help me, I'm going to go back on you.
My
If you
God.
have mercy, I say, okay, now let's pray. Praise the Lord. So I'm not going to submit my deliverance for the devil, for nobody else.
No, I'm not.
It's too good.
Amen. Amen.
Deliverance is good.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Deliverance is good.
Amen. Thank
I
God.
thank God for deliverance. God for amen. I thank God for power over them. I thank God for that. That's a beautiful thing. Deliver.
Yeah, man.
Living hope and pure all the time. That's a blessing. To be delivered from sin. And the world. And the devil. And from yourself. Praise the Lord. That's a blessing. So I'm going to submit that. Something that I want. Nothing worth that.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Nothing's worth that.
Nothing.
No excitement.
None.
No feeling is worth submitting my deliverance.
Amen. Nothing.
For something I want. That's a mistake, man. Get my deliverance for something that I want. People do it though. Samson did it. What you want? Her name is, you remember her name? Samson. There were a couple of them. But Delilah was the main one. So he submitted his strength for a woman who did not love him. Can you imagine that?
Sad. So sad.
My God help us. Turned him in. Sold him out. So he gave her his strength and he got nothing for it. Dear one, the devil will give you nothing for it. You know that? He's going to cheat you. I think he's going to cheat you in the end. You're giving your best for nothing. The devil's a liar and a cheat. And Samson gave into it. All right, read on, please.
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy.
So the guy said, now, Prince. And when he said, now, if you do that, you will submit your deliverance. I said, what? He said, yes, how it works. When you give your deliverance up, you're bound again.
Yes, sir.
You're bound now. The devil take that shit. All right, read on, please.
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy,
Yes.
according to the prophecies which went before on thee,
All right.
that thou by them mightest war a good warfare,
A good warfare. Read on.
holding faith and a
Hold on,
good
I gotta hold
conscience.
on to my faith. Hold on to it. Holding, that's a continuous word. Not held, holding, and continuous. Hold on to it. The devil's stealing. Then hold on to it. Read on, please.
Holding faith
Yes.
and a good conscience.
So two things that I can do to help me not get my faith affected and destroyed. Number one, I hold on to it. Hold on to it.
Yes, sir.
You know, them old drunks in Detroit, they'd always talk about, well, if I fall, hold that bottle up. Hold that bottle up. That was a big saying, hold that bottle. Everybody fall on the ground, but they hold that bottle up.
Oh, my
And that was a big saying. That was a big saying. That was saying. All of them said, hold that bottle up, man. Hold the bottle fall. Help that bottle up. Hold your face up. Praise the Lord. Hold it up.
Amen.
Hold that face up. Hold it up.
Amen.
Hold it up. Thank God. Hold it up. Hold on to it.
Glory. Yes.
Now, hold my faith. Whatever it takes.
Help me.
Feed it. Add to it. Build it up. Read on, please.
Holding faith and a good conscience, which
And wait a minute. And a good what?
conscience.
Philo was a philosopher in Christ's time, and his reading is good sometime. I look at it. But he said the conscience is an awareness given by God that checks behavior that's unacceptable. So you may not sin, but have you crossed your conscience? The conscience lets you know what road you're on.
That's right.
Whether you're going to do bad or good. The conscience is your check. It's your yield sign. It's your slow down sign. If you cross that, you feel it. Dear mother, you may not sin, but the conscience, if you cross that, that's the close thing to it.
That's so true.
So your conscience lets you know. Case in point, a couple of cases. About 30 years ago, my wife and I went to a Ponderosa restaurant. And the woman said, okay, now, you can have the salad bar and the hot bar for $8. I said, okay. It didn't sound right, though. It didn't sound right. So I got the bill, and the bill said it was just for the cold salad. So I drove away. Conscience said, you owe her $5. I I said, well, you know, you just try to wash it away. I got home. You ordered $5. What did I do? Drove back. That's the money. Because I don't want to do what? Cross my conscience. Even yesterday, we went to the store for St. tonight, and they bought 2 6-packs of drink. My favorites. They left. They said, one for you, one for me. Well, they left one in the car, so I drove off. I said, I got 2. Praise the Lord. I just say, no, you don't. Take it back. What I do? Take it back. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing. Because one thing leads to what? Another.
Amen.
Your conscience say, stop, stop.
Yes, sir.
Don't say one more word. Don't go there. Don't say that. Don't talk to that young lady on that phone. Don't do that. Because he'll try to warn you. Don't do it. Don't think like that. Don't react like that. It'll try to warn you so your faith won't be affected. You know, people do things that their conscience prick them, they don't get it straightened out. That's a sign. Many they are living with things that they cost their conscience and just going on. Just going over it. Trying to just appease your mind by saying, well, it'll be all right. But we don't want to cross that awareness that God gave us that checks wrong behavior. Amen. Maybe this morning, I might have went somewhere.
Yes, Lord.
Or called, whatever it might be. And conscience will prick me. And the conscience is always right.
That's true.
It's always right.
True.
Because God put that there. The oldest car that was on production is called a Benz. And here, we call them our safety names. In 1869, approximately. And Mr. Benz knows his cars. He knows the transmission, the engine, start, all of that. Something wrong, he knows. And he put things in there for a reason. One guy fixed his car, and there were about 4 or 5 parts left. I said, what parts are left over? Those parts, I mean, your car can't be fixed. There's some parts that are left. Where they come from? Because those parts in the car, they are relative. If your starter's bad, affect your battery, am I right?
True.
So parts were left. And I'm wondering, something's going to go wrong. Well, then when God gave us things in our heart to regulate us. And the conscience is the most abused part of the body. Most abused. People don't want to hear it. They make shipwreck out of it. They conceal it. But I pray, Lord, let my conscience be fully alive. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
I want to hear from it. I want to check it to make sure it's alive and well. So if I get close, it'll warn me. If I get near it, it'll charge me. Move back up. I was in a meeting sometime in history, and we were sitting there being accused of some things. Something said, "Do be what? Be what?" Why? Don't say a word. Now that might hurt sometime, amen? Amen. If you're listening, say amen.
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 And I stayed quiet. And I'm glad I did. 40 years ago I was in the meeting, and I didn't stay quiet. And I'm still lamenting of that 40 years ago. Just stay what? Quiet. Speak, conscience.
Amen.
Let me know.
Amen. Yeah.
Warn me. Pre-warn me. So I know what to do.
Right.
So I keep my faith built up. Read again, please.
Holding faith
Yeah.
and a good conscience,
All right.
which some, having put away concerning faith, have made shipwreck.
They made shipwreck. Their faith demolished. I happened to go diving years ago in the Caribbean Sea, and I dove a shipwreck one time. And the shipwreck was just demolished, nothing much to see. It had coal on it, about that thick. In fact, you had to look at it hard, but it had just been demolished. They didn't want to raise it up. It's left it there. And when the devil has his faith, it's the same way. It can't be raised. It's there, but no real effect. But we can rebuke him by keeping our conscience clear,
Thank God.
keeping our conscience pure.
Yes, sir.
Read one last time, please.
Holding faith and a good conscience,
Yes.
which some having put away,
God bless.
concerning faith have made shipwreck.
By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him. He had his testimony that he pleased what? God. But without faith, possible to please God. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is God, and he's the rewarder of them that what?
Diligent.
Do what? Seek him. So I gotta have that faith on board at all times to see God right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he will acknowledge that.
Thank you. Yes, you
So this morning, how is our conscience?
Oh, Father.
How is I get phone calls, people trying to clear their conscience. I try to help them to do it, but they kind of get away from it. Maybe pride, I don't know. But conscience is there to help us to keep on believing God. If I miss church, my conscience say, "What are you doing home, son?" I don't miss church. Okay, right. Because my conscience say, "Well, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Well, you didn't pay your tithes last week. I'll double up for him." Conscience say, "What you doing, man?" They talk to you.
Yes, sir.
It'll let you know. Well, you didn't study the way you ought to. Go back down the basement. All right. But let me know. Because sometimes you and I don't know. Sometimes you don't know.
That's true, brother. That's true.
Sometimes you just don't know. And to say you do is not accurate. Not even man to know. Only God knows.
Yes, yes.
So this morning, if you've not obeyed the conscience or neglected the conscience, that's help for us.
Thank you, Lord.
That's helpful. God will permit you to strengthen. If God is forgiving, he's a God. But if you cross it and sear it, it's beyond your own. Let's stand this morning.